Hey YouTube, back again with another episode of Flowers where I pay tribute, homage to celebrities while they are still alive. Get those flowers in when you can, people. Side note, we all know that DMX is in the hospital right now. Um, Trying to get this light out my face, sorry y'all. Is in the hospital right now, had a drug overdose, a heart attack, and we're hoping and praying that he gets through. This is why it's so important to tell people you appreciate them now, not just when you're giving a eulogy at the funeral. Let's appreciate these folks now. So tonight's episode of Roses goes to the one and only Raphael Saadiq, who I definitely feel he does not get mentioned enough. This man does not get enough credit. This man has wrote and produced for so many people, including Erykah Badu, Total, and D'Angelo, which he was actually in a group with, and another member from A Tribe Called Quest before he was in Tony. He's also been a part of Lucy Pearl, which was a member, again, a member from A Tribe Called Quest, and Dawn from En Vogue. Now, when that group came out, I was 13. I was coming of age, and so I think I was able to appreciate his music better. Thing about Raphael Saadiq is he has the most distinct voice. I can't think of anybody that he sounds like that came before him. I can't think of anybody that's out now that sounds like him that came after him. So, to have that voice that as soon as you hear it, even if you don't know his name, you're like, okay, that's the dude from Tony. Like, it's going to resonate that, hey, it's that dude, whether you know him or not. I definitely say I grew up on Tony. They are responsible for such hits as Lay Your Head on My Pillow, Just Me and You, which was on the Boys in the Hood soundtrack. It was real popular with that. And also Whatever You Want. The song that Raphael Saadiq did for the Higher Learning soundtrack, That's All I Ask of You, was sampled by Wale featuring Jeremiah, and I absolutely love that song. I feel like his voice, even though it's sampled, really made that song a hit to me, in my opinion. I just also found out like a few weeks ago that Raphael Saadiq, I believe, wrote and produced, or one or the other, song by Total called Kissing You, which was on their first album. That was actually one of their big hits too, along with the first one that they had. And his career spans 3 decades, because we're in 2020s now, so 3 decades, 3 and some change. He's worked with Joss Stone, Erykah Badu, Total, D'Angelo, like I mentioned before. He worked with a lot of people, like only listed a few because, I'm not trying to like be redundant with how many people he's worked with. But looking back, he was a part of so much stuff, like D'Angelo's song Lady. If you watch the video, Raphael Saadiq is in the beginning strumming the guitar. That's one of the instruments that he plays. And I think a lot of times when he produces songs, he's playing his actual guitar on the song. And I found out a few weeks ago that the original members of Tony are back together. I'm talking about him, his brother and cousin, because for a while his brother and cousin and some dude, no shade to him, no shade, but they were going as Tony touring and stuff, and I'm like, yo, if Raphael Saadiq ain't in it, I want it. Definitely not taking away anything from his brother, his cousin, but sometimes it's like it just takes the right people ingredient to bring that vibe. Like, you can't replace some groups. You can throw in somebody and replace them, like they did Destiny's Child. Even though I grew up listening to the first Destiny's Child, then they changed. You get what I'm saying. Not trying to get too off topic here. So I want to give these flowers to Raphael Saadiq. For those of you that may be younger than me and may not know who he is, please YouTube, stream, whatever, however you listen to music, the music that he made with Tony and himself. I know about in the late 2000s, like 08, 09, he was really influenced with like a 60s vibe. I remember him saying on an interview that he had went to Europe, London, I want to say in particular, and was listening to, he said the 60s music was still really popular over there. That's what he said. And so he was on that 60s kick on that time. He's had, I think, 3 or 4 solo albums. And, you know, a lot of times when you are a singer-songwriter and you're writing for people, you might not necessarily get recognition. Like the producer almost always gets recognition. It's kind of like with movies. The person who wrote the script, I mean, if you care to look at the opening credits and see who wrote it, fine. But the director is the one who gets all the glory. Just like with singing. The songwriter, unless they're super popular, like, you know, Barry Gordy or somebody. But, you know, for me to have found out 20 something years later that he wrote Kissing You, I mean, I was like, wow, what else have you blessed? You know what I'm saying? What else have you put your magic on? You know what I'm saying? Also, it's Easter. It's a nice musical night, Earth, Wind, and Fire. And the Isley Brothers did their verses. And I'm off today, which I'm rarely off on Sundays, so I had to give it a watch. And honey, Ron Isley was serving. He looks good with his silver beard. I'm like, go ahead. You know, I feel like once you reach a certain age, you have earned that silverness. And when I was watching that, it made me say, you know, this is a reason why we need to pay homage to people now. Because we don't know when we're going to go. We didn't know Kobe was going to go down in a helicopter. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know Aaliyah was going to die. We didn't know, you know, DMX is fighting for his life now. So do not wait till it's too late. Tell people you appreciate them every day. And I ain't even just talking about celebrities at this point. People in your life, tell them you appreciate them, you love them every single day, because today might be their last or yours. Anyways, I'm going to go ahead and call it a night. Let me know down in the comments what's your favorite Tony song or Raphael Saadiq song, all right? As usual, peace and blessings, and until next time.